Hey, Bill.
Hey, Malika, how are you? Nice to see you.
I'm good. Long time no see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where the heck did the week go? I can't believe it's Friday already.
I know. Isn't that something? It's crazy. I'm sorry, everybody. Excuse me. I'm out here playing catch with the dogs. That's my top thing. Did you see the game last night? No, I know
I
you
saw,
didn't, but you did.
I saw, honestly, I actually saw like a little bit of it. I did see some of it. I'm
Oh, okay.
excited. I told you, Bill, I want to get another Knicks hat. I like wearing my baseball caps.
So we can do that. We can go by the Nick store or go by the place that sells, Nick paraphernalia and
What,
get you Nick stuff. You know.
yeah. What color should I do today for my background? I have green. I have blue. Blue is cool. I got red. That looks too Christmassy. I think we'll do the blue.
Oh, that's cute.
I don't know if you've seen my new little toy, but I have a light strip behind me, and this is the remote for it. So, you know,
I never saw that. I never seen that. I didn't.
I
I
am
didn't.
a gadget girl. Hey,
Yeah,
Stefania, how are you, lady?
Stefania, what's going on?
Stefania, she wants to know if we're barbecuing this weekend. We are not. It's going to rain all weekend, but honestly, even if it wasn't, I have to work. So, no barbecuing.
well, if it wasn't, we probably might though. We're not
Yeah,
doing anything big, but throwing a little. Shut up! A little burger on the grill with her.
yeah, I will do that. What are you doing this weekend, Stefania? I'm sure it's going to be cool. People out in the park, as long as it's not thunderstorms. If it's just like a light rain, I'm sure people still going to the park and barbecue. You're gonna have to calm your dogs down, yo.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, what's so funny too? Oh, Stefania got a lot of good feedback from the show. People thought you did great. Definitely.
Yeah.
So we might have to bring you on Wednesday, or we got to find out the Knicks schedule. We got to work with the Knicks and
Right, find out the next schedule first. But
find out the
it's
Knicks.
good that she's on, Stefania. It's good that you're on there on Wednesdays, just to mix it up a little bit. So I like
Yeah, yeah,
that. I like it.
yeah. Definitely. And then I got to reach out to the other Lenny and the rest of the people to find out do they want to do something Monday or do we just want to pass it for another day? Because
Hmm.
you and I, we have to do something Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday might be a hard sell to do in the evening, depending on the schedule, our schedule. But for the weekend right now, we really don't have a lot of plans.
Oh wait,
Uh,
Stefania. She said I don't have anything planned. It's going to be a rainy and chilly. Yes, rainy and chilly.
yeah, and then
Um,
the crazy thing is Tuesday is supposed to go, I think, jump back up into the 80s or something like that.
Yo, the weather is crazy, Bill. And summer is like, even though I'm an October baby, summer is my favorite season. Like, I love the warm weather. I love summer. Yeah, it was like in the 80s and 90s. No, it was in the 90s all week. And then
Hmm.
what is it? 61 right now? Like, this is crazy to me.
Hmm.
So, it is what it is. As long as we're here to see it, it doesn't matter. But I want the summer weather because you know where I need to go to
Yeah,
the
you know,
beach.
so I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna flip it up since we got a few. I'm gonna ask you your opinion on some relationship topic.
Mhm.
Um, what
And
do
hey,
you think,
Vera, while you're getting your question together, Vera Foster is joining us. Hey, lady,
Vera?
how are
What's up, last
you?
name? What's up, Vera? How are you? I was gonna ask you.
Mhm.
Do you think people really want to be in relationships, or you think people just are in relationships because that's what the you know society says? Oh, you get in a relationship.
That's interesting. Obviously, I think it depends on the person. I think it's mixed. I think some people see other people's relationships and they're like, "Ooh, that looks, nice, I want that too. For the moment, they may want that, but not thinking that it takes work. And I don't want to necessarily call it a job per se, but it's something that I know you and I work on every day. Like even after being together for 11 years, it's a something that you have to be conscious of. Conscious of the other person. Like there's a whole other side to it than what people just see. Like, oh, that's all
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
But
No,
it's
no, that's real
um
talk.
yeah, so I think, it one depends on the person, depends on where they are in life. And I
Yeah,
also think that there are people out here, men and women out here who just really don't want to be in a serious relationship. I think there are some people who like the play, like they
yeah,
like the game of flirting and oh he looked good, she looked good, and all that is so fun and cute. Meeting somebody at the bar or, somebody sending you out on a blind date. That's all exciting and warm and fuzzy. But
yeah.
when you really sit with yourself and be like, oh, okay, you want me to call you? Oh, you want me to keep doing that? You want me to meet your family?
Yeah, yeah. That's when it starts getting. That's when it starts getting different, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
right.
yeah,
That's when it really starts getting real. And so, it just depends. Like everybody's at a different point in life, and so it just depends on where you are and what you want. That's it.
yeah. It was so funny. I was talking to somebody the other day,
Mhm.
and in the background, he had. I was like, "Yo, you talking to somebody?" The TV. So he was like, "No, that's Kevin Samuels." And for those
Mm,
that don't, know who Kevin Samuels is, he's the guy that passed away, but he was a big on relationship talk and stuff, and a
mhm.
lot of people felt like he kind of, you know,
Interesting.
demeaned the women and stuff like that.
Mhm,
But so I was telling him, I said, well, in one aspect he did, but sometimes you got to look at the women that was on the show. So in the
mhm,
conversation, he was trying to say something about. So I was telling him, so yeah, Kevin Samuels was dating younger women. So in his mental, he was going on in the sense like, well, yeah, younger women being subservient and stuff like that and stuff. So I said, whoa, 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 whoa. I said, I remember when people get married,
mhm,
they they always talk about going to the church and women being subservient. But I said, understand this. I said, if you're talking about today's woman and women of color are the most educated women in the world, and they're working just as hard, and we're splitting bills.
mhm.
It's one thing to a woman to take care of her man. It's another thing to have that kind of real subservient mentality.
Right,
You understand? That's my personal feeling. You
right. Yeah.
understand what I'm trying to say?
Mhm.
Like you take care of me,
Right.
but there's no uh you do what I say, and my word is final. Like that,
Right.
Flair Flintstone, Ralph Cramner shit is going out the window. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
trying?
Yeah.
So basically, I'm kind of looking at dude like, okay, like maybe now this is why you ain't in no relationship. you know what
Yeah.
I'm
No, that's true. It's an interesting perspective. Just being a young black woman, back in the day when I first met you, Bill, I was moving and shaking, shaking and moving. And I'm not
saying?
talking about dating. I'm just talking about my career. I worked in two different states, ran a business. Like it was just a lot. And, a lot of that is still the same for me.
He was an adjunct professor too at the time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I lived in New York and Philly at the time. Um, Adjunct professor in Philly. I worked full time in New York City. So my life was full in regards to the amount of time that I had to give to a committed relationship. So it's one thing to date and meet somebody after work for happy hour. There's another thing to like, okay, you are a fixture in my life and I'm committed to you and time spent. And so we made it work, and I made it work because you were important to me early on. And so I often hear people say have excuses and say, I don't have time for a relationship, or I don't have time for that. You actually have time for what you want. You
Right.
make time for the things that you want, and what's important to you. And
I
that's
totally agree. I
like,
totally agree. I
you
was
know,
because I was living in Laurel in Maryland at the time and living in
mhm,
here in New York. And we
yeah,
both were moving at the time. And I
yeah,
think the thing with us is so funny that when we started dating each other, we wanted to see each other. So, like you said,
Yeah,
to piggyback off what you said, when people want something, they'll make the time for it. And people
right.
have to understand there is a compromise uh, in doing certain things. You know what I mean? Because the
Hmm.
compromise is doing something that, excuse me, you may not really want to do, but you do it for the other person.
Yeah,
Gar- um, Garnering that it's nothing that's you're totally against. You know what I'm trying to say? Like everybody knows I'm well, you know. Like I was Malika and I Malika's a beach person. I can't stand the beach.
right.
So at one time in the beginning of our relationships, uh she would ask me to give her one what was it, one time out the summer to go with you to the
One beach
beach.
day. Yeah, one beach day a summer, which, and I'm sure I've said this to you before, but I really appreciate you compromising with me and, sucking it up and
Hmm.
just saying, like it wouldn't kill you to spend like a day with your wife somewhere doing something that she wanted to do. So you did that, for a few years, and I truly appreciate that because to me, I love when we're together no matter where we are.
Right,
So
right, right,
but a few years ago, I did say, you're off the hook. I appreciate you putting in the time with me. Because I really mean it when I say like I love you, but I like you too. Like
right.
I
Yeah,
like spending time
I'm
with you.
I'm I'm easy to love and like too. You know what I'm saying? So I
Don't
get
get
it.
carried away. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I just like us spending time together. And so for
Mhm.
me, like the car ride to the beach, sitting there having lunch, people watching, talking about people together, and looking at the seagulls and them trying to steal people's food, stuff like that. It's like just a little thing. So for me, it was more so about that. But we can do that anywhere. So,
Right, right,
your
right. I
invitation is always open, Bill Foster, if you ever want to do that with me
I know
again. but the
you
but the
recruit
bottom
a bunch
line
of
is the bottom line is, finding different things to do together, to share with each other. So it's just a matter of spending time in what somebody is comfortable with. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's what it really boils down to. It's not so much the beach. It's just making being intentional about time spent, just the two of
Hmm.
us. And
Yeah.
we've always said that we're often surrounded by a lot of people. We're only children, but our family, extends out pretty far, which is great. Like wouldn't change that for the world. But we also are mindful of, having our own time together, outside of the house, just or even just here at home. I think
Yeah.
that's important in any relationship.
Yeah. It definitely becomes a partnership from all walks of life, from
Hmm.
business to personal to friends and stuff like that. Friends being added on from your life to my life, you
Hmm.
know, that have our best interests and
Yeah.
want to continue to see us succeed and not fail. Because I think a lot of times, uh, and like I said, I was just thinking about the conversation I was having with this gentleman, and for him, I just think maybe it was him too. I just
Hmm.
think talking about in the beginning of the conversation, we was talking about he had gave somebody some advice or something, and I was just feeling like, yo, after the end of the conversation, I was like, yo, like you're the wrong dude to give somebody some advice. You know what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say? I was
Uh-huh.
just like, hey, like I
That's
think
funny you said that because not all advice is good advice, right? You have to look at where it's coming from. Whose mouth is it coming out of,
yeah, like I'm not saying you can't learn from anybody, but the
Hmm.
dude that's on the corner 12 hours a day doing
Hmm.
nothing is not the dude I want to sit and talk to about how to make some money.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, he
Hmm.
may be able to tell me how to make a certain type of money, but he may not be able to tell me how to make some real like investment money, some property money, some
Hmm.
you know, uh, taking my other businesses or any business I have to the next level. You
Hmm.
know, and I notice that about a lot of times people think they have the tongue of gold, but they don't. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
It
they
is
do.
yeah.
Hmm.
So um, yeah, we got a busy schedule. Well, mentally we have a busy schedule. Next week, everything I have to go into play.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but let's see, you have a workshop too coming up, right?
I do. So yeah, next Saturday in Philly, it's actually scrolling at the bottom, but I'm doing an AI workshop at the gallery at Soft Illusions Gallery and Event Space. So we have a nice group of people who are already registered to attend. We still have a few spots that are opened up, but I'm
I was
looking
just about,
forward to that. Huh?
I was just about to ask you, do you still have any spots available for people
A
last,
few more spots. Yeah, I'm intentionally keeping it,
at a certain
small.
number?
Yeah, at a certain number. Because I want to make sure like I'm facilitating the training just solo, which is something I'm used to doing anyway, but I want to make sure that I'm able to, give direct attention to the people who are there. So
Mm-hmm.
so yeah, that's that. And then Gwen and I have a workshop coming up. We're going to do June 13th. I don't know if I told you this, but we're going back to Chase to do an AI workshop together. Miss Gwen DeVoe, the fabulous Miss Gwen DeVoe. So
Yeah,
that's going to be at Chase in Harlem on 125th Street on June 13th.
yeah. Do you have the details for that yet?
Yeah, so Gwen has already started advertising. We're sticking with our name, AI in the Spotlight, and it's going to be from 10 to 2 at Chase on 125th Street in Harlem. So
All right, that's open to everybody too.
that's open for anybody and everybody to attend. We had a great group of people who attended the last session, and Chase was kind enough to ask us to come back and do another workshop. So that's open to everybody. The registration page for that is actually going to be up on Monday. So we'll,
Mm-hmm.
do a nice launch for that. But I'm looking forward to it. I love Gwen. I love co-presenting with her. So it's
Hmm.
cool. Yeah, it's nice.
Good, 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 good.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's like some other stuff I'm thinking I might start thinking about doing in the
Mhm.
in the. I'll keep it a little secret right now because
Mhm.
I don't want something out there, that I'm not going to do.
Right.
I'm thinking I'm doing and not going to do. I want to be able to do it, and
Mhm.
say here it is. Um,
Yeah.
After first dealing with this bum knee of mine right now, but we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we will.
Uh,
I was just
um,
thinking about like collaborating versus doing things individually. Have you ever, because I know that you've taught before, like, have you ever had to present alongside with someone else, or is it always just you doing it yourself?
well, when I was going around the schools in the city speaking on how to interact with law enforcement
Hmm.
on a motivational positive tip, um, I've done it by myself and I've done it with other people, which I have no problems because. And I was also asked to do something recently, but the date hasn't come to me yet.
Okay.
So school year is almost over, so I don't know when they're talking about doing that.
Hmm.
But um, yeah, I mean, it depends on how we can collaborate and do things. I mean, if you're talking about you and I doing something that like I feel we have to find out how they can mesh together. But
Hmm.
otherwise, I stay in my lane. Law enforcement, martial arts, stuff like that. And this dog, right? What do you? So um, I enjoy doing the podcast. I'm going to tighten that up. Sometimes, I think we usually take a break in the summertime
Hmm.
and do, like I said, last Wednesday was good. It was a mixture from Estefani calls it the cop crew to
Hmm.
Stefani being part of it. Doing the thing with Lenny. I had to find out, are we going to do that this Monday because of the holiday? If it's raining, people might be inclined to do it. You know what I mean? Do it.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hmm.
but do you have any kind of good plans for the summer? I know we just want to just relax and enjoy our area. The Capital Jazz Festival is canceled. I think people are in Aruba now for the Soul Fest or whatever it is.
I
That's cute.
saw that. Have you ever been to Aruba?
Mm-mm.
No, I haven't either.
No, no, I haven't. So I mean, I guess sometimes you don't want to say yeah, you're gonna spend all that money to go there to see the same people. I think
I
maybe
think
there's a
maybe there's a
part of
part of
that. So
Hang on.
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
My screen froze. I don't know if we're still moving on the
no.
screen.
Oh, I still hear you. It just the screen has.
Yeah, I hear you. I was wondering if your video is moving because mine isn't.
Well, I still see the upcoming events at the bottom.
Right, but are you moving?
What do you mean? Am I moving? I don't know what you mean by that.
Like, do you see me on the screen too, or just you?
Oh, yeah, I see you. I see you loud and clear. There's my beautiful wife. Hello.
Am I moving?
Yeah, you're moving.
Oh,
I just
okay.
1 second. There was a little echo chamber. That's all.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, I think it's this laptop here. Um,
Oh,
all right. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure it's working. So
yeah.
yeah, this summer I have like a few workshops in addition to the one I'm doing with Gwen. I have a couple others, but honestly, Bill, like August 1st is another event I'm planning with a very good friend of ours. And I'm
Mhm.
thinking that's probably going to be my cutoff for working on the weekends, unless, of course, something that's irresistible that I can't refuse comes up. But I really want to, since the summertime is my favorite time of the
Right.
year, I just want to save like those last 4 weeks in August as
Well, yeah,
like
you have to take a little
relax.
break yourself.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the key word that we keep throwing out there is being intentional about stuff. And so I have intentionally blocked off those last four weekends on my calendar as like Malika weekends, just to,
Yeah.
just to hang out and enjoy myself. So
What do you think about that virus stuff that was hitting people on the cruise? Because I know
that's,
people still travel, and I mean, you and I be on some like, I don't know, especially
yeah,
with the war. I say I know we go somewhere. My it talking stuff. They'll be like, oh, the government ain't gonna pay for me to get back.
yeah, that scares me. That's really, really scary. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I have a lot of thoughts on that. But
Right.
in terms of just being on a cruise ship, I've never been on one. I hear mixed stories. I know,
Hmm.
one of our extended or some of our extended family members literally just came back a couple days ago, and I looked at the pictures. And it just
Hmm.
looked amazing. So it's not something that I'm saying I'm ruling out. Like I would never do it. But just for me personally, right now, I'm kind of good with staying local and just this whole the virus thing, like it's not new, but it just seems like it's more prominent. I just feel like we're hearing about things like this even more now than what we used to. And that's scary to me.
One day we try to see if we can get Marilyn to come
Yeah.
on next Friday or something and talk about this virus stuff. See if she can give us a little 15 minutes conversation or something like that.
Hmm. I would like that. I really would. Definitely anybody watching, I would love to know your thoughts on that, but it's scary. But it's not just cruises, like, it's anywhere you go. We don't know. It's not like people have a sign on their head to say, "I'm sick, I have a virus." You just don't know. So I think a lot of it boils down to keeping our immune system strong, and, just being as safe as possible in that regard.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also too, I mean, so much going on, strikes. Like we had the nurses strike. Now we had the TI. I mean, the Long Island strike. You
Mhm,
never know anybody striking. We had the TSA striking.
mhm.
So
Yeah.
just so much stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. Like we all want to just enjoy ourselves and, live a good life. I mean, it all just boils down to that, right? It's not complicated. We all want the same thing, to
Exactly.
love each other and just be safe and happy. That's it.
Yeah,
Hmm.
absolutely. I'll be happy when these dogs sit down. No,
I know, I know. So, Bill, what else do you think we could do for our? Because I'm enjoying this time. I kind of look at this not like a date per se because we're online, but I like us being intentional about just taking 30 minutes on a Friday just to chit chat with everybody and see what else is going on. What else do you think we could do? Like maybe invite some people to join us next
yeah,
Friday to talk. I
yeah,
think
we
that
could do
would be
that.
cool.
Yeah, we could do that.
Hmm.
That would be fine. Yeah, it's always being creative, thinking about stuff, what we can do and can't do, and keeping it uh popping and interesting because that's what.
Exactly. I love your new digs, Bill.
These dogs is digging me, you know.
It looks
Yeah.
nice. So yeah, anybody who wants to join us just for a quick chat on Fridays, like even if you're working, I know you have lunch break. That's why we picked this time because it's lunchtime, right? Even if you're
Yeah.
going out for a walk on your lunch break, taking a step away from your desk, I know because I used to do that all the time before I worked from home. But hop
Call us
on with us. Don't be
and tell
shy.
us what's on your mind. What topics you want to talk about?
Exactly. Exactly. Bill, for up in Harlem, I know Row House, I mean, it's always on and popping on Saturdays, so I'm looking forward to coming back to the brunch party. I know a lot of people have been asking about remember when they were closing the streets? Is that
Oh
still
yeah, we're not doing that. That's
no?
that's that's,
Okay.
that's no bueno. Yeah, that
Okay.
will be no street closing this
Right.
year, just due to how it ended up. Uh, Everybody being congested on the same day
Mhm.
caused problems for law enforcement, sanitation, and stuff like that. And when
Mhm.
the city got involved, which I think the Frederick Douglass Boulevard Association, they were trying to keep the city out and trying to make it more community based
Mhm.
with the volume of what Row House was doing with
Mhm.
our brothers, Dynasty Commodities, uh, uh, what is it, Harlem Bistro,
Mhm.
and all on the same day. It was just pandemonium. It was just,
Yeah. It was a
and
lot of people.
yeah, and it just got too much. So I was having meetings with the brass and stuff like that, and because then everything was started becoming, oh, it's row house fault, it's row house fault, row house
Mhm.
fault, and people
Mhm.
didn't want to go home. Like damn, like
Yeah.
row house would be closing, people still be sitting out there at 2 o'clock in the morning, and
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
blaming, and some of the people in the community will name nameless was blaming us for the problem. So right now we just decided not to do it or give it a break and things of that magnitude. So if
Mhm.
everybody out there, you don't have if you look at
Mhm.
this podcast, you don't have to ask me. The streets will not be closed off. The beautiful thing about our people, we know how to stand outside on a corner anywhere and just enjoy the ambiance
Mhm.
of fellow. And I think that's it will be the whole gist of it in totality. We can't tell people not to stand outside because row house has become a hot spot. So people come down there,
Yeah.
hopefully eat lunch, go outside. You want to smoke a cigar or just talk to somebody you haven't seen in a long time. Because remember, we're at a certain age and we do certain age stuff.
Right.
So we're more brunching
Right.
and
Yeah.
conversing than really trying to just party and set it off. But we have a
Exactly.
little,
Yeah.
we have a
Doing
little,
grown folk stuff, not
we have a little
huh?
date night tonight. I said we have a little date night tonight with a lovely couple. So
We do.
we'll,
I'm looking forward to that.
yeah, absolutely. I'm glad the Knicks are not playing tonight. Let me stop.
I know, right? I thought about that. I was like, oh, we probably would have had to switch that up to go to like a sports bar or just watch the game at home
Yeah, definitely would
if
have.
they were
Definitely.
playing. Hmm.
Hmm.
But yeah, some of our family, I forgot they're actually on the road
They're,
now,
yeah,
coming down. Mhm.
they're en route. Yep. They're en route
Yes,
now.
they are. Yeah, we love spending time with our extended family and friends. So that's
Yeah,
on
we
tap.
have a bunch of them. So don't feel left out. You are extended too. You just if you just got something you want us to do with you, let us know. You know.
Yeah. Listen, I look forward to stuff like that because I people see me whenever I'm on camera. I'm like right, I'm right here all the time. So when it's time to come out and like I said, let my hair down. Like I look forward to that because I put the hours in. I put the work in, work
Hmm.
hard. So it's good to. It's equally important just to stop and take a break and just enjoy each other's company. So I'm really looking forward to that today.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, listen, it was really nice chatting with you, sir.
Yeah, I'm talking to you in a few minutes. No, let me stop.
Like, yeah, I'll see you at 5 o'clock when I get off.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Well,
right, cool.
let everybody know. Catch us Real Talk Chronicles time. Let them know what you're doing. Row House, the Beautiful People Brunch Party. We have a plethora of things going on. We have live jazz on Sundays. We have Martini Mondays. We have SNS on Tuesdays. We also have Cheddar Entertainment. I think it's something, I forgot his theme, something with Boogie Black, something with Hennessy Wednesdays.
Mhm.
Uh, Thursdays, we got the legendary Reggie Wells in the building. Fridays, they have the assorted flavors Fridays. That's just probably the one day that's just you know open. And of
Mhm.
course, every Saturday there's a brunch party. Mondays is the first Mondays of the month with T Rock and Danny D, which that's how we started. The
Yeah.
second Saturday is Mark Smooth and DJ Cozy. They have their thing, which is
Mhm.
great. When the third is Danny D and T Rock, and then I think the fourth, I think it's Chaos and
Mm.
T Rock, and then DL playing the music on the end. So yeah, we always got a fun thing. But if you ever want to go and just have a nice, quiet day there, Sundays, the jazz is. Shout out
Yeah.
to what's the
Brandon.
Brandon, yes.
Mhm.
Brandon has a nice quartet of got people doing their thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to add to that, Bill, we are very fortunate to have event space for people to have private events at Row House and also at Soft Illusions. So if you're in New York City, you want to have a private event in the private room downstairs. It's called Underbar.
Hmm.
Definitely reach out because it's really nice. I've had workshops, we've had our birthday parties, so it's a great space to have just an intimate gathering. I say intimate, but the space can actually hold up to 100 people downstairs, so it's really nice. The bar is down there. You can order appetizers if it's a private event or meals, so it's just up to whatever the event calls. So that's at Row House Underbar downstairs. And then at Soft Illusions in Philly, it's a gallery. It's an art gallery. That's number one, but it's also an event space. So in December, January, beginning of the year, we moved into our brand new space. It's a 1,400 square foot space. And so we are booking, and we have a couple of events coming up. Not just myself, but others who are booking events on the calendar for Soft Illusions as well. So that's on our website. So feel
And
free, if you can't
to
remember
talk
any
about
of that, then just call us and we'll let you know.
yeah, and to talk about your event space, I think it's excellent for people in Divine Nine. I think it's good for fundraising. I think it's excellent for dogs barking. No, stop. It's a beautiful space. It really is. So uh, I think the dog was telling me it might be time for me to get off and pay them some attention.
Yeah, so lots going on, all good stuff for sure. Definitely appreciate the support that we've been receiving at both locations. And like I
Hmm.
said, just reach out to us if you can't remember any of that or you have any kind of questions about something. Just hit us up, either one of us, and ask. We'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. So listen,
Absolutely.
Bill, I know your dogs are calling. My dogs, our dogs are looking for some
Hmm.
attention, and I have some stuff I have to do before our guests arrive. So good talking to you, my love.
Talking to you.
All
All right. Talk to you
right,
later, huh? Bye,
all right,
everybody.
bye.